Voters here in Pennsylvania are tired. They've been on the receiving end of hundreds of millions of dollars of campaign outreach for months. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have a lot riding on performing well here, and it shows.
It's been a lot of text messages.
I get, probably 5 to 10 text messages a day.
Inundated with mail.
A lot of people are telling me to quit texting them.
The barrage of campaign yard signs also serves as a reminder. Pennsylvania matters a lot. It has 19 electoral votes up for grabs, the most of the 7 battleground states. More money has been spent on political ads here than in any other state, according to the tracking firm Ad Impact. And an average of recent polling by the website 538 shows the race neck and neck, with Harris up slightly by less than 1%. The Harris-Tim Walz campaign has 50 offices open here and over 450 paid staffers. Volunteers have knocked on over 1 million doors since Harris entered the race. The Trump-J.D. Vance team, meanwhile, has more than 24 offices, but wouldn't say how many paid staff or doors knocked, only that it has thousands of volunteers. In the Pittsburgh suburb of Bellevue, we went door knocking with Bree Erskine, a volunteer originally for Joe Biden, now for Harris.
There's a lot more enthusiasm since the switch to Harris.
She feels their ground game is strong and accessible.
I think they're making a lot of efforts that I didn't see when it was just like the Biden campaign. I feel like there's a lot more efforts to specific demographics.
2 hours north in Erie County, we met Michelle Cherison, who is volunteering with the Trump campaign.
We door knock and we make phone calls. Our door knocking experience has been very positive, actually.
She says a big focus this cycle is encouraging people who sat out the 2020 election to participate.
We have really emphasized that your vote really matters. Every vote counts, and we want your input.
And then there are outside political groups making the rounds, like Americans for Prosperity, a Republican organization not knocking doors for the presidential race, but for Pennsylvania's key U.S. Senate race.
We're out talking with voters ahead of this year's election.
Senior advisor Emily Green says the group has 230 canvassers who have knocked on 850,000 doors here. They're focusing on voters who might support Harris, but be open to backing Republican Dave McCormick for Senate.
So in PA, we expect anywhere from 5% to 12% of voters to split their ticket.
While the Harris campaign is running a more traditional get-out-the-vote operation here, the Trump team is relying on several outside groups, like Early Vote Action, led by GOP activist Scott Pressler.
We have cut in half the voter registration deficit in just 4 years' time.
Trump fans we met brought up his work to register Republicans.
If you know who Scott Pressler is, the guy is phenomenal. He's doing everything he can to get Pennsylvania where it should be.
Scott Pressler is amazing. He's gotten so many of these other young people to get involved.
Trump supporters acknowledge the former president's ground game in Pennsylvania has been smaller.
Republicans were lagging behind, but it's gotten better. I still think there's a little disparity there, probably 60-40.
But they're not too worried, as Trump runs against Harris's policy record.
I don't think he has to spend as much because they're doing it. They've done enough damage already.
Harris fans like Jonathan Warwick, a registered Republican who's anti-Trump, thinks the VP's campaign is doing a lot, but can always do more.
There's probably more convincible people here, at least in southern Butler County, that, hopefully could sway to the voting for her direction. So I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Ad Impact says Harris and the Democrats have aired almost twice as many ads across Pennsylvania as Trump and the GOP. Trump won here in 2016 by 44,000 votes, then lost in 2020 by 80,000, so turnout really matters here. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Taylor Popolars, Spectrum News.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage, and click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.